What happens when the most powerful man in America is publicly humiliated by someone he underestimated? The studio was prepped for perfection. The lights were hot, the audience stacked with loyalists, and Donald Trump stood at the podium like a king in exile, eager to remind the world he hadn't lost his grip. But across the stage stood someone who wasn't there to play along. Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, sharp in both mind and tone, had been watching Trump for years, lying, spinning, dodging. But today, something in her demeanor was different. She wasn't just here to debate. She came to draw blood. Trump was midway through a tirade about the broken justice system when she leaned into the mic, her voice low but steady. "You've lied to this country so many times. I stopped counting, but the blood? That's real. The bills you signed hurt real people, and your fear of accountability, that's the only thing you've ever been honest about." For a beat, the room went silent. Trump blinked. His lips parted, but no words came out. The control he worshipped gone. Viewers saw it. The press saw it. The internet devoured it. He froze. She did. Edits popped up online. Trump's face, mid-blink, her words dubbed over fireworks. TikToks, tweets, memes. But behind the humor, something else lingered. Fear. Because Crockett wasn't done. 2 days later, she released a public letter addressed not to Trump, but to the American people. Attached was a heavily redacted document titled Project Driftin', Obscure Defense, Reallocation Programs signed during Trump's final months in office. It looked routine, until it didn't. A team of Crockett's aides, former investigative journalists, and one anonymous defense whistleblower had been quietly following the money behind Project Drift. What they found wasn't just was intentional redirection of federal defense funds into private contractors, owned by shell companies, connected to Trumpoline donors. One name stood out in bold, circled in red ink on her whiteboard. Devron Industries Cayman Holdings Code. DJTTHE initials matched. Crockett didn't accuse. She didn't shout. She released facts, document at a time. News outlets couldn't ignore it. Networks ran emergency panels. Trump's legal team dismissed it all as coincidence and political theater. But then came the leak. An audio file. A man's voice? Unmistakable. Push it through. Don't wait for Senate approval. We'll backdate the signatures if we need to. Analysts ran the voice print. It matched Trump's recordings with 92% certainty. The panic began. Trump's allies turned cold. Several senators distanced themselves. A major donor publicly withdrew funding. For the first time since he descended that golden escalator, Trump wasn't steering the narrative. He was being dragged behind it. But Crockett didn't stop there. She quietly formed a bipartisan task force. Yes, even some Republicans joined. The mission was simple: follow the money wherever it leads. In a rare press conference, Crockett said, "This isn't about left or right. This is about truth. And if that makes people nervous, maybe they should be." Behind closed doors, things got darker. One of her senior staffers received a funeral wreath at their apartment. Her office Wi-Fi was hacked. Security footage caught a man leaving a note on her windshield: "You were warned." Drift quietly. But Crockett didn't drift. She doubled down. At a Texas town hall, a retired Air Force engineer stood up and asked, "Do you really think you can win against him?" Crockett smiled, calm and tired, and willed, "I don't have to win. I just have to shine a light. Darkness does the rest." Weeks later, the Department of Justice announced an official inquiry. Devron Industries' CEO resigned without comment. Congressional hearings were scheduled. And Trump? He went silent for 10 days, an eternity in his world. But Jasmine Crockett wasn't celebrating, because she knew this wasn't the end. It was just the beginning. A private memo surfaced, meant for high-level insiders. It read, "She's a liability. Neutralize, discredit, or disqualify." That memo was signed with a single name, CM. Numbered. Last name, no title. Just initials. But for Crockett, it was enough. Back in her apartment, her phone buzzed. An anonymous message lit up her screen. "You've seen one puppet. Now find the puppeteer." She stared at it, then at the envelope she hadn't opened yet, one she found slipped under her office door. "Who is CM, and how deep does this go?" Drops a comment below. "Who do you think CM is? And would you risk everything to uncover the truth, even if it means standing alone?"